video series. In this video series we are going to build ChatGPT clone by using React, TypeScript and Material UI. This is the main library we are going to use, but during the video lectures we will also use another libraries if we need. Before starting anything, first of all I am showing you the demo of what features we are going to build. First of all, we will use ChatGPT API to build ChatGPT clone. The main feature we are going to build, like if you write something here, like let's suppose we are I am using the default example which are provided by ChatGPT. You can also use this example or you can use another example, but I am using this one. Similarly, in our clone, when you will write here and after pressing the enter, then by by sending the request to ChatGPT API, then API will respond uh, with some text. Then we will show that text into our React app. So uh, sorry, I forgot. Also we will use also Node.js and Express and MongoDB, maybe by uh, by maintaining the previous history. So this is and we are we will also try to build similar interface just like the ChatGPT interface, but we will not implement this one feature. If you want to implement that feature, you can go to your own self, but or if you want to implement this one feature like account feature, you can easily build that feature by using Firebase. But in this tutorial series, I will try to minimize the concept according to ChatGPT interface and remove extra things so you can find easy to follow up with my tutorial. So and now we are moving to our code base. First of all, create another GitHub repository by using, first of all we need to go to projects, make it chat. No. Okay, so I am deleting this one, sorry, I am removing this one, and after this install, create the new get a React project. Sorry, we do not npx create. After installing this, I will come back to with new video. So in the next view in the next video I will try to install Material UI and other libraries which we will need during build implementation or building the clone of the ChatGPT. Now in this video tutorial, I will install our main libraries, and also we will create our and we will create another directory called backend, which will this directory will contain Node.js code. So let's write. First of all, create another directory, um, make it. Okay, it's enough for this now. Now move back to front end directory. So let's start the front end project. Okay, I think dev command is not found in direct. Actually, dev command is actually found in Next.js. npm run dev, and then okay, now React project is working fine. uh, so create another directory called components. So remove this component inside source folder. After this, remove this one because we don't need this, and after it just remove this from here also, this one also. Actually you don't need to rec explicitly because in previous rec version you need to import, but in the new rec version you don't need to import rec library in every JSX component. But if you are using JS component, please make sure by removing it. If your project work fine, then go on with it, and if it will not work fine, then import the rec library. So after remove this one, and then also actually just actually mm, just leave it now. If we need to remove this one, we will remove it later. So after it, just remove this one also, and rest of the files leave it, and then after it go to your rec project again, and then everything will work fine. Let's pause. Now it is working. uh, then install another library, material UI library. And that's it. Just create another folder, shared one, and then here create another theme folder. After it, okay, so first of all, we will use grid by dividing the layout into two parts. This one is the left part and this one is the right part. So similarly, we need over first we need main component. I can just remove this one. I am stopping this one because I think I changed the Node.js version, therefore it causing a lot of problem to install the newer Material UI version. So I am using the default version of Node.js. So let me check what will be the default version I installed. nvm this. Currently I am using a Node version of 14.13.1. You can also use that version, or you can switch to latest version of Node. I think latest version of Node is around 18 or 20. Don't know what is the latest version of Node. Mm, I think uh, okay, it works. After it, I import this main component in our app.js component. Now import the grid from Material UI library. You can also use grid 2, which is new feature coming in Material UI, but this feature is currently in unstable mode. Grid 2, but I am using the default one, grid, which is stable one. Don't worry, after completing the main layout of ChatGPT clone, we will also make it responsive according to the mobile and tablet. Okay, I think we need to compromise it. Okay, I think this width will be enough. So next thing, uh, okay, in next thing we will build uh, this feature one, not this feature, actually new chat feature, this feature. Also we will set up some background color, like actually this is the body color we will set, and this is the default, and we will set default white color in typography theme. Our layout for this, switch to code, and then create new component, and let's side bar, and then create index.tsx. Sorry, last time I did mistake, and by adding .gsx, instead of it rename it and add .tsx. Const left side bar, and then return div left side, export it, left sidebar, and then import it to here, left side, and add some property in it here, like position relative. Okay, just keep it, and then after it, uh, we need to make the position of the left side fixed, just like the chat gpt. If you scroll down, then the position of the left side bar is fixed. This will not move. Only the inner portion of the sidebar is moved, because it contains history, and history has a lot of data. So for this, you can create another container, import box UI material box left side bar, and give some properties, position fix, width 260 pixel. You can also check the width of this one by switching off this one, and then select this one, and then scroll bottom. You can check, you can see 260 pixel maximum width, so you can add it also here, 260 pixel, and then add top 0, left 0, and the color of this one is, you can also check the color of this by selecting whole div, and I think, let me move this one until you can find uh, I don't know what is the problem. Okay, background, I think this is the color. Also copy it. I have already tried, so just copy this hex code here, background. Okay, now you can check. Okay, now set the height of this one, height 100%. Okay, and then set color, typography color, color white. No, it works. I think this is not a color. You can just copy this one, add this one here, Now you can see the color is according to ChatGPT standard color. Now we need to add this one. For this, switch to tab and then add new content box. Here you can add button and then new button style, button, add properties like text line start and one more property, text transform none. Here you can add new button, new chat. Okay, you can see. And one more thing, I forgot to add theme, so create new folder, theme, index.ts, create theme, new material, sorry, once theme, create theme. Okay, what is the background color? Three four three five four one. 343541. It is the background color of ChatGPT. And then go to app ESX folder and then import theme provider from mirror UI material and then add it here and also import theme. What is the problem? White, sorry, my bad. Okay, add CSS baseline. Now you can see everything is according to ChatGPT standard layout. So we need to add new chat button. For this you can go to left sidebar component and then add it here, variant outline full width, add some AX. Okay, you can see, and then text lines start. Okay, add icons. You can install the icon library, npm install material material icons. Here you can install npm install material icon. After installing it, go to here, you can search it, icons, select this one. Here you can search plus, or you can add plus field. This one, copy it, add it here, start icon. and then we need to add some padding on top of top bar. For this you can switch the tab and then add py like 0.5. I think it will be enough, or you can add more. Here you can, instead of adding here, add it here, top 0.7. Also add some py 0.5 or 0.8. Add more 0.9 or add it more. Okay, now we need to work on this list item. For this you can switch tab and then create new list item dot instance. List item return. Switch back and go to material UI library and search here draw. Expand this code and copy this one. Sidebar, rename sidebar item. Just remove this, add list item button, list item icon, list item text. Some text, search icons and then search pick, oh sorry, chat. This one, copy this one, add it here and then make the size too small. Okay, after it I'll do some more design modification like max width 0, margin right 1, export it, add in left sidebar component. Here you can, okay, just skip it now. Sorry, sidebar right. Here you can see, so there is a problem. Max width okay, typography, add typography instead of using the simple paragraph, use typography. Okay, still there is a problem. Add it here, max width. Sorry, remove this one from here. Sorry, min width instead of max width, add min width. Okay, you can see it is working. After it, set the color of this one primary. Okay, you can see it is working. Add more margin right, like Okay, I think it will be good. Add some. Okay, just keep it here and then go to left sidebar, box, margin top 0.5, margin bottom 0.7. Okay, now we need to show some hover property. For this you can select the color. For the color you can select this one or this one. Background color RGB, this one color 1. Sex. Okay, you can see it is working. Add some border radius. Border radius, let's suppose 1. I think 1 will be good. Okay, so we need to extend this to the end of, we need to set the height of this at the end of, so it can expand to the end of the sidebar. For this you can set the height, or we can use a better way like display flex, flex direction, just wrap it XX right 100%. Okay, you can see, and then add more container. Now we need to add some scroll bar, overflow, auto. It's not working. Add hair height also. Okay, now it is working. At the end of this one, add also another section, upgrade to plus and account section. For this you can go to at the end box, create another section, just copy this one and then add it here. Later we will add icon and some another thing. Okay, you can see that it is working. And we need to add some top bar. For this, assets, border, top, just copy this color, not this one, this one. And top 1 pixel solid. Okay, you can see it is working fine. Now I need to show something. You can see that we don't need to show text in this way. For this you can set white space, no wrap. We also want to hide the overflow text. For this you can go to here, write overflow data. Now you can see that everything is working fine. I just noted actually here this text is aligned on the left side of the button, but our text is present at the center of the button. So we need to solve this problem. Go to your code and then here write this one, display flash. Now you can see that it is according to the standard one, and then I think we need to add some padding p by 0.5 or more. Sorry, here this shortcut will not work. This shortcut is only for SX property 1.3. Okay, change this border color also. For this just copy this color. Okay, you can see everything is same except this one. Add some padding, px. Or you can add it also here. So next we will build this right side of this right side, just like the ChatGPT right side. Here we will show examples, capabilities, limitations. Okay. I think there is some padding issue. For this, go to code and then change to px to 1. You can see that now it is properly format, or it properly display the list item. And now we will build the right side of our layout. Go to main and then create new component, right side bar, create index file, right side bar, return right side bar, import it here. You can see actually there is a problem. Our right sidebar is where our left sidebar is aligned on top of right sidebar, and this is not a correct design. For this I think we'll add some fit size. Just remove this one and add width calci 100% minus let me check what is the width of left sidebar is 260 pixel. Add 260 pixel here. Now it properly format or add some margin left here. Now it properly uh, align well according to the left. Now we need to add grid sorry, not grid, actually flexbox will contain 3 items: top item, and then middle item, and the last item. For this you can go to here, and before doing this you can see that ChatGPT is set proper width, it not containing all the width which is available for right side. For this you can see and go to here and then check max width. You can see max width 48 RAM. Okay, I will set it in material UI. Go to here, import container right side one. Excellent. In small devices the height of width is in large 3xl, in medium height, in medium max width is 2xl, 1024 42 36, or you can set here 26 RAM. And in large devices you can set 49 RAM or 50 RAM. And switch back, and here you can see it is properly margin, it is properly set in center of the right section. And then add new grid container. Grid, first of all import grid from material UI, sorry, not an icons, material grid container, and then grid item, ChatGPT, second item, grid item, history, third item is input box. Okay. Set the direction of flex direction column. Now it is properly column. You can see ChatGPT add some top actually ChatGPT added margin top 20 VH. For this you can set margin top 20 VH. Okay, and it also adds some margin bottom 16 and the bottom 7. After it add typography in it. Typography, first of all import typography. After importing it, add variant H4, font weight bold, set color primary. Also text align it center. Okay, now you can see it is according to the ChatGPT layout. Now next thing, we need to add this section. For this, go to here, convert this item to container. Justify content space between, and then add it here. Create item. Well, first we need to add icon, just like this. Go to here, search icon, light, this one. Okay, you can see. And also justify. We just need to add here text line center. Also add it here. Justify content space between. Okay. We will solve this problem later. Actually, the problem is this: we need to align this icon at the center of our create item section, but we can do it in later time before completing this layout. uh, then add this examples typography. Examples variant H6. Okay, font weight bold, add color, primary text line center. Now you can see, I think this problem is solved. Don't know how, but it is resolved. Okay, I think we don't need to add font weight bold. Okay, then we need to add item and create another component info item. Info item. Make it button. Import button. Button. Copy this text. Paste it here. This text. Copy this icon also. Import it into right sidebar component for item. Don't worry, we will solve this problem, or we can solve this problem now. 3.5. I need to add some background. Just copy this background color. PG color. You can see the background color exactly match with the ChatGPT item background color. And next thing, we need to add another item, but before this we need to add some margin. go to info item, add drops string, replace it here, remove icon, right icon, boolean, right, and then set text here, copy the text from ChatGPT item, similarly this one, same for this one. Require right icon, it also require right icon, it also require right icon. And the next thing, we need to add this section. For this you just copy all of it and then paste it here. Similarly you can paste it again for third section. I just go to here. First of all, we need to change the color of this icon. Color primary. We need to insert icon just like it. For this, search like electric bolt icon, import it, add it here, add color property primary. Similarly, search limit icon, stop, danger, this icon. Copy it here and also add color property primary. After it, before doing anything, just decrease the text size, font size 40, maybe 12. Text size 12 is very small, increase it to 13. Then after it, just add text, copy this one also. Don't worry about the height. Actually, if you see the height of this ChatGPT third item is also big as compared to other item, so just ignore it. and I think we need to increase some width, sorry, to 51 or maybe 53. Color or font size 0.8755. And one more thing, text transform. Okay, you can see it is exactly according to the ChatGPT item. Now we need to add our input box. Go to right sidebar, add some property here. First of all, make this position absolute and make this position sx height 100 vh. Position relative, and then okay, and move it into bottom. Okay, you can see that. Now we need to add text field, text field, go to here, but before this, go to here. You can copy, you can ask ChatGPT how to change uh, text field border color, and I'm just copy pasting all of the code. Just you can add placeholder, send a message. Okay, you can see that placeholder, and we also need to add background. For this, copy this one and add it here. Then replace it with 1. Let's see, now it is working. Set to hide full width, and also set to input props and adornment. Send. Okay, you can see that it is working. Turn on set width 100%. Okay, it is working fine. Set to height. You can see the height of this section from here. Height. Actually, the height property is not visible, or I'm unable to find the height property here. You can find it in your own self. So I am setting the general height property, which will look good. So you can see that background red. Okay, and then set the height property of this one also. For this, you can go to here, height LC 20% minus 12, right. Okay, just move it or add it height 100%. Just remove this one. We will solve this problem later. And remove the background color also. Copy the below text and paste it here. Import the box. Also import link. Set the color of this text. To select the color of this text, you can go to here, text white 50, color, copy it, okay, the color is set properly. Now we need to align this at the end of the section. For this you can check top 0, similarly set bottom 0. Okay, you can see that. Also move it to the end. So move it to the end. For this you need to set container, justify content flags, and display. Add margin top property here. Okay, it is not working. display flex direction column. Container flex direction. We need to decrease the size of this text. For this, you can go to here, check the size of this text, size 0.75, copy it, paste it here. Not working. Why? Sorry, I did mistake. Paste it here. Now it is working. We need to add some padding. For this, go to pb2 and add also pb p.1. Set the color of this icon, color. We also need to change the color of this text field. For this, you can select the color of this one, color, copy this one, and where is text field? This one is a text field, sx, color. Still color is not changed. Change style. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Replace this with one. Now it is okay. You can see that over right side is exactly equal to the ChatGPT right side. There is a minor difference. ChatGPT. Next, we will change this icon by selecting some item. We will show this icon on top of that item. Similarly, we will change the icon of this below two item, and in the next we will show response here, just like material UI, just like the ChatGPT response, and we will also show regenerate response button. But I think no, for next need to show icon at the end of the item, only for that item which is selected by the user, just like the ChatGPT item. For this, you can switch to code base and then go to left sidebar item, and then add here property. First of all, remove this one and add it here. And then also set extreme margin right is very large. Okay, you can see that. And after it, add icon. Add icon at the end. For this, you need to add selected props to show to make the background uh, to change the background only for the selected item. For this, you can add selected uh, prop, and then again Here you can add condition background. If selected, then copy this one, otherwise undefined. Fine. Make it optional. And one more property you need to add, text property. Add the text here, string. Just replace it with text. And then go back to your left sidebar main component. Remove all of the item, just except first two item, because we need to do some modification on it. First item, text. Second item, and then add it here, upgrade to plus text user name. One more thing, also add the font size in typography 0.875 rem. You can also check the font size of this text by selecting this one, and then you can see 0.875 rem. And then go back to left sidebar component. And one more thing you need, now we need to show icon at the end only for selected item. Go back to your code and search. Go back to your material UI icon library and search, delete, copy this one, and search edit, copy this one also. Now copy this component, paste it here, and select it, and then replace it with edit icon, copy it, delete icon. You can see, and after it, also actually there is a problem. We need to hide the text if it overflow the typography. For this you can copy it here, and let's paste it here also. Okay, now it's working fine. Set the width 100%. Overflow. Just remove the overflow property from list item icon and paste it here, overflow hidden, and move it outside of list item button. Hmm. Problem. Actually, the problem, first of all, I was confused here. Actually, the size, text size of the second item is less than the first one. So first of all, make sure the text of the second item is in equal length is in equal length to first item, and by copy pasting the first item text to second item, and then go to code base and add here overflow property, not here, add overflow hidden, and then width 100%. Okay, now you can see it is working fine. One more thing, you need to add another props also, like start icon props and icon props, and make it optional. Start icon rec node and icon rec node, and add here and icon, and make it optional with start icon. If start icon is present, then this chat icon will not show. So update these two item icon and add end icon at the end of this list. For this, go to material UI library and search for user person, copy it, go to left sidebar main component, paste it here, add it here, start icon, set the color primary. Okay, and then one more thing, change the text and icon of the second item also. For this, you can copy this one, add it here, and then add new box at the end. First of all, before this, you need to add these three dots at the end of second item. Search here, three dots, copy it, paste it here, add it. Okay, you can see it, or you can add some padding. Margin, PR 0.5. Okay, just remove this one, and okay, we will solve this problem later. Before this, we need to insert this icon, new icon also, but this is not an icon, this is a simple typography. For this, you can insert simple typography here. Go to this one, insert typography here, new sx, set font size 0.875 gram, set border 1, border radius 2, background, let me check the background of this one, FAE6 FAE69A FAE69A, insert hash before it. Okay, it is working. Set color to black, insert some padding px1 py 0.5, decrease the padding or maybe 0.7, decrease here also 0.3. Okay, uh, I think this part is completed. Mm, Now next thing, we need to build the design just like this one. Like here we need to show our actual text, and here we need to show the content generated by ChatGPT, just like this one. And we need also we need to show this button also at the top of the top of this input box. Okay, for this, switch to code, working on the right side bar or right side component. First of all, resolve some issue related to sidebar item. This one, actually here the padding issue. For this, add, add the following code. Okay, you can see this issue is resolved. Now we need to work on this part. For this, go to main component, and before doing anything, create another directory called share. Here svgs and right side bar contain index.tsx. Just copy it and right side bar container, import it for material UI. Also add sx as an optional, sx props. Children property. User can pass one child or multiple child. Export this. After it, just remove this one from here, go to here, and then first of all move this into a separate component, info.tsx. Copy all of the code, paste it here, import it, or you can copy all of the imports and paste directly into info component. Love this. Export this info component, import it here. You can see. Now I will solve this problem. Right sidebar container. Okay, this problem is solved. Now we need to resolve. Now we need to resolve this section width problem. For this, just wrap it with right sidebar container also. See, I think I did mistake. Copy this one, right sidebar container, add sx property margin top auto. Okay, now this problem is resolved. So create another component called chat, create main component, chat done box chat exported import into right sidebar component here of no for now just comment out this info section and import chat component here no sorry comment all of comment ChatGPT and info component section and then import here chat component. After it you can see chat component here. Now move back to chat component and create new component chat item.tsx const chat item div chat item export default chat item and right sidebar import chat item in here. Okay, you can see that. After it and just move this and add grid set grid container grid item xx 0.8 grid item typography text here. Oh, just copy the user profile icon. For this you can go to left sidebar main component, copy this one and add it here. Make another prop response icon. Actually response icon is OpenAI icon mm, and over text icon is simple avatar. For this you can add another prop response icon set to boolean. Count circle icon. You can see. Now we need to check the color of this one. Color is 10A37F. 10A37F HTML color. H10A37F. Okay, you can see. Now copy this icon or you can download this SVG. After downloading it, go to here. Oh, sorry. Import it into it. Open it into any editor and copy all of the code and create new SVG component called ChatGPT icon.tsx. ChatGPT icon and paste the SVG code here. One more thing, wrap this with SVG icon wrapper provided by Material UI library and set props SVG props. SVG icon props. Import it. Okay, after it, go to chat item and add it here. Response icon true. Then import chat GPT icon as this one and set the HTML color. Or you don't need to set HTML color. Okay, text here. Copy this code. After copying the text, paste it here. Now you can see looks good. um, now add some property. So first of all, set color to primary, set white space pre-ref, break word, break word. You also need to set some padding, P6. It is too much, I think. Yes, now we need to check what is the padding size set by this one, py6. Okay, for let me check what is the py6 actual value. Hmm, sorry, my internet is very bad, so give me some time. uh, p6 p6 is equal to 24 pixel, and it's mean 83. uh, Here we need to set 3, actually. One, actually in material in mu, default size is 1 equal to 8, and then similarly if you set 3, it's mean 3 8 24 pixel. So just remove this one. I just write it to explain you. So go to code, go to your website, and you can see that everything is work fine. Or you can also copy the font size if you want, but I am not copying the font size. Font family. You can also copy all same font family used by ChatGPT, but I am not copying it. You can do this. Now next section, we need to make next section this one. For this you can go to the code and copy this one, add response icon here. Okay, you can see. And then if you add response icon, then it's mean you need to set background. For copy the background color from sidebar item, copy background, response icon true. This means the background color will be this, otherwise undefined. Okay, my bad. Instead of adding this background property here, we need to wrap this inside the box container. Actually, if you see the design of material, see the design of ChatGPT, it gives the color to the whole container instead of giving the inner width. So we will do this same thing. For this, add sx props, add background. Just copy the background from here. Okay, now you can see, and copy all of the text. One more thing, I think I forgot to add text prop, which is very necessary. And text. One more thing, I think I forgot to add 11. Okay, you can see that After it, we need to make sure that this section is properly scroll and not overlap not overlap on of the bottom input box. For this, go to your code and add this property here, xx height. You can see 100 vh minus 12 ram, and then go to your right sidebar component. Instead of main height, you can set height. Okay, now copy it and paste it again and again. Okay, add overflow scroll. You can see it is working fine. Or if you want to decrease, you can decrease this to 8 ram. It depends on you. You can check the background color. Furthermore, what is the background color of this area? Background, copy it, paste it here, replace it with one. Just replace this. Now you can see it is working fine. Go to your code and remove all of the extra item. Okay, so next thing, we will work on this input area, and after writing some text here, we will show that text here, and then we will call API, and after getting the response from API, we will show that response here. Over error, if you check this by opening the sidebar, and then you can see that right sidebar is overlapping on the left sidebar, so we need to resolve this error. For this, just go to first of all right sidebar container and set max width instead of width, and then go to main component and just remove this one and add here width 100%. Actually, one more thing, we need to add item. Actually, this is an item of the container, not a simple one, so add it here also. Item, just remove it because we don't need it, and then also remove this position fix, and then go back to main component again and set here flex wrap no wrap. Okay, you can see that everything is working fine. So we need to check one more thing. Go back to right sidebar main container and uncommented out this section and comment the chat section, and if you can see that this is there is some error also here. Error in sense mean that there is some margin top issue. For this, you go back to here and go back to info component and add here. No, not here. Go back to here again and set margin top MD, and then in extra small is 7. Okay, set to large. Okay, now it is working fine. I think we need to increase the width also. For this, you can go to here and set here 41 RAM. Now I think the right side is working fine. One more thing we need to check whether scroll bar is working fine. This scroll bar, let me show you. Uh, Comment it out this section and then uncomment it out this one. Uh, this one also here, and then go back to chat, add more item. You can see that um, the scroll bar is also working fine and the left side bar is also fixed. So we need to work on our input box feature. For this, just go back to right sidebar, input text. Okay, so remove it now. For now, just remove this one also. Text. Go back to right sidebar container and then work on this part. First of all, instead of adding icon at the end, we need a button. So import material UI button. Sorry, not a simple button, icon button, and add inside the icon button this icon and remove this one, and then wrap this inside form, and then this is a multi-line text. Set max rows 4, and then one more thing you need to add, handle key down e rec dot event handler. Okay, let me check on key down. Type of this keyboard event HTML div, keyboard event HTML div element, and then e equal to, or you can search here mm, how to make enter key in text area. So then you can see that, copy this and then const on submit, const and submit. We need to invoke this on submit function only when user press the enter and user click on this icon button on click on submit, or just remove this form, we don't need it, and then pass here handle key down, and then go back to your code. Actually there is an error. Set sx display flex line item center. Okay, I think we need to wrap this inside box and set display flex line item center, and now it is working fine. But one more thing we need to add, we need to set the background color. Instead of adding the background color in text field, we need to add this inside box container. Now you can see it is working fine, and after it you can we need to check the on submit, and you can see on submit is working fine. One more thing, we need to prevent e.prevent default, because we don't need to insert new line on press enter, but if you press shift plus enter, then it will insert new line, you can see, and then maximum 4 line will insert, and after it you can see the scroll bar on the right side. Okay, and then go back to on submit function again, and here you need to uh, first of all move this inside the component, and then add here input input text ref use. You can also use the state instead of ref, but I am using the ref, so it depends upon your personal choice. So here you can also set show chat, set show chat. You can import it and submit text, set submit text. If in const value input text ref dot current dot value, if there is no value, then return it. HTML text area, and then set submit text and add the value here, set actually you don't need this one also. Okay, remove it and comment it out, this one also here. Submit text is true, then show chat, otherwise show this one. And then add the input ref here. What is an input text ref? Input text. Yeah. Give me the answer. Great. Okay, one more thing we need to do. Go to chat component and add here input text string. Add the input text here. Go to right sidebar component and add the here input text submit text. Refresh the page and add give me the answer please. Okay, you can see everything. One more thing, on submit we need to remove the value for this input text ref dot current dot value. One more thing. Okay, everything is working fine. Currently we have not designed our layout according to the mobile, but in later we will design it according to the mobile also, but now this will work fine on larger devices also. You can see that everything is working fine, and you can also check in iPad. It also work fine on iPad mini, iPad Air. It also work on iPad Air with proper layout. And now skip this one. Now we will work on our backend. For this, go to backend code using the Firebase instead of using the custom node, because in custom node this tutorial will go to very large. Therefore I am using the Firebase as a backend, and it will also help you to learn the Firebase functions. For this, first of all, create new directory inside this front end. uh, create a directory front end and move all of the code inside the front end directory. Okay, after it, create new another directory called backend and open this backend directory. After opening it, and now set Firebase. First of all, install Firebase command, Firebase CLI. For this, you can go to here, Firebase CLI npm. You can run this command to install the Firebase CLI as a global package, and then after it, uh, log in the Firebase CLI. After login it, then run Firebase init command. Sorry, uh, make sure you are using the version 16 or 16 or greater, because it will not work on node version 14. For this, we can switch to nvm use 1613. Okay, so run this command again and select this option. Okay, sorry, run this command again and set functions. Actually, I have already created a project on Firebase. You can also create the project on Firebase. After creating it, select the first one option. Okay, uh, this project, I have created this project, and then select. After selecting it, then wait 2 to 3 minutes. So we will use JavaScript instead of TypeScript. Do you want to use Aslan? No, we do not want to use it. Do you want to install dependency? Yes. Okay, so we have set up everything. Now go to functions folder, and you can see index.js and uncommented out this function, and you can run this command npm run sub. Okay, visit this one and then copy this URL and paste it here. Hello world from Firebase. After it, go back to your code and then rename it to generate text. After it, uncommented out this, comment out this also, because if you want to print the console logs in your Firebase console, you need to use the default utils of the function, but currently we are only running in the dev mode, so we don't need it. After it, we only allow post request. So for this, request dot method post. folder dot only proposed method is exported. After it, you can first of all you can also import admin for Firebase admin dot now after it, once on the front end side we will send prompt and id test dot body. If prompt is necessary, otherwise error will occur. Prompt is required. Now we will go to ChatGPT and take help from ChatGPT how to generate, how to insert record in Firebase Firestore. How to insert. Copy this one. After copying it, response, dummy response from chat. Use admin dot firestore. Okay, we have already copied this line. So after it, copy this one. Make sure you created our database on Firebase, otherwise this command will throw error. And then paste it here, dbref. Don't worry about the id, I will explain it why why we will send id from the front end. After it, insert new record. Data responses. We need to check the id of generated id for this. Set this method as an async and then response. Console.log will work only in dev mode, not in production mode. So print out the error if error occur. Don't send the error to the front end because it is not a good practice to send the actual error on the front end, because it exposes our threat to our system. After it, okay, change it to default ID. I think basic one is completed, so go to here and copy paste this URL, and then at the end add generate text. After adding this generate text, now send this uh, get method. If you send get request, then you will see this error. To resolve this error, you need to send post request. After sending post request, you will see the prompt argument is required. For this, you can go to body, set row, set text, set JSON, and set prompt to prompt one. And one more thing, I think I forgot, add const collection types. The name of collection type is histories. Add here history. After it, currently we are not sending the ID, so don't worry about the ID, I will explain it. Generate text. And now you can see our code is inserted. For this, you can go to Firebase console, go to Firebase database, Firestore database. You can see history collections, and then you can see our record, and then after it you can see we have successfully inserted the document. Now switch back to code, and then I will explain the benefit of ID. Actually, in a current window, user can send text again. You can go to ChatGPT. If you send the prompt first, then you can send the second prompt also in a same window, but you need to track the of context of the previous message. So currently uh, we are not passing the previous context in second prompt. If you want to do, you need to work with uh, open open we in this demo we will work with OpenAI npm, but if you want to send previous content, you can work with ChatGPT npm library. Okay, for now we are we are we are switch back to our code, and then do multiple things like default ID. I have already explained what is the benefit of this default ID, so need to change our code. First of all, make this doc reference, and if ID is present, then fetch the document from ID, change let ID ID, set ID here, and then if ID is not present, so if ID is not present, first of all assign it to docref, and then assign it to again, just remove this ID from here, and then after it remove this from also here. After it, if ID is present or else not present, once insert new record async docref and then prompt response id docref dot id, and then we will insert this new data. For this, I think change this with docref and then return id. id await insert new record set to docref, and first and then second argument as a pass second argument prompt, and then pass response as a third argument. After it, you need to also fetch document const doc await doc ref dot get if doc dot exists. Sorry, this is simple boolean expression. If doc does not exist, then insert new record and if it exists, then update the previous record. Responses const data dot data responses data dot responses and add new data prompt and then rest. Data is possibly undefined, so add this, not this. Okay, after it, I think everything is done. So now we need to test it first of all, to see our first feature is working, like simple prompt not passing previous id. Yes, it is working. You can see new recording is inserted, so we'll pass this as an id prompt 2. Okay, you can see new record is not inserted, and B. Okay, what is the error? Sorry, I forgot to update. Await docref dot update responses. Now add it again. Now you can see that our window feature is also working fine. Same window, we can send multiple requests in same window, and all of the requests will be successfully present in the same document file. So next thing, we will use OpenAI. For this, install npm install OpenAI library. First of all, use npm use go to functions folder and install npm install use node version 16 and then install OpenAI. Also install .env. After doing this, create .env file, and then go to ChatGPT library, and then API key. Here, go to your account, and then manage account, API keys. Make sure you have successfully added your payment method, and then I have already created one API key, and then you can create new API key if you want, like ChatGPT loan YouTube tutorial. Create secret key, copy it, done. OpenAI API key, paste it here. After pasting it, go to OpenAI npm, go to here, copy this one, paste it here. Just replace this name with the name provided by OpenAI, and then copy it, first generate chat. After it, just copy this line, return. And one more thing, you need to import post.env. Sorry, I forgot what is the way to import env file in Node.js. This way. Now it will import env file in our index.js file, and then we will pass, and then we are passing the API key in configuration of OpenAI API, and then we are calling this, and after it, just paste it here. Dummy text, where the dummy text? Here is the dummy text. Await, generate ChatGPT response, pass the prompt. Now everything will work fine. So go back to Postman, and then remove the ID field. You can send simple prompt, hello ChatGPT, how are you? Actually, this is the response generated by ChatGPT, and this response is also saved in our Firebase. MW. This is the document. Okay, you can see it. Next thing, we need to create another function also. Export. You don't need to create another functions. Just add one more request. If request dot method equal to delete post ID. Actually, we also making a new feature, delete feature, which help us to delete all of our chat or delete our window. For this, pass request dot query and then ask ChatGPT how to delete Firebase document. How to delete Firebase record. Just refresh this page, go to your previous chat, and then write it here, how to delete Firebase record. Okay, this is the command. Before this, you need to fetch the document, or mm, just move it above, copy this, post, get ID, doc. And then pass ID as a parameter. Go back to delete method, and then get document, get, if ID is not present, then send error, response. ID is required. And then await docref dot delete rest dot send, sorry, response dot send. Record is deleted successfully, and just copy paste these lines and then paste it here. Now we need to check whether this is working or not. For this, change to delete and then send. ID is required, pass ID, and then copy this ID, paste it here. Record is deleted successfully. You can see that record is deleted. Now delete all of the records because we don't need it. We will generate it again on the front end side. Okay, this record is also deleted. Sorry, not deleted. Actually, there is some issue. Yes, now it is deleted. Delete this one also. Off. Okay. Okay, you can see we have completed the backend, and next thing we will work on the front end. Previously I told you, oh, like you can work, you can also pass previous contacts in your in during API call of OpenAI, during API call of ChatGPT. But actually, when I tried ChatGPT library npm library, ChatGPT npm, it caused a lot of problem. So in this video I will explain you how you can set up this library, and then also I will help you to call ChatGPT API by using ChatGPT npm library. And then also I help you to how you can pass previous context of the message in your new message. So first of all, open your backend directory. In the previous video we work on it, and now in this video we will extend this directory. First of all, install the ChatGPT package. Sorry, you don't need to install ChatGPT package, because the actually ChatGPT package is supported by ESM module. So it is difficult to integrate ESM module directly uh, in your backend directory. But if you can, because in ChatGPT it is also internally they are also using fetch library. Fetch library is only supported in Chrome browser, but we are using the ChatGPT in our Node.js environment. So I can show you here. Go to source, and then you can see actually global this dot fetch is not present in Node environment. And if you will use Node.js version 18, then this ChatGPT library will work fine. But in Firebase we cannot use Node.js version 18. Actually there further issue will arise, so we need to compromise on, we need to solve that further issue also. But I'm not in favor of to support I'm not in favor of to update Node version to 18, and then for all to for only one library. So instead of it, I solve this error and then add it in my GitHub repository. And then you can go to here after it, and then go to ChatGPT Chrome backend functions, and then you just only need to copy paste the code of these files, because everything I already solved the error. So just copy paste this file. If you want to work with custom chat gpt node module, you can go with it, but for this you will face many error and maybe you will confuse. But if you don't want to face that error, you can copy my library files from my GitHub repository. So create here another directory, libs, and here the name of the file is chatgpt.mjs. Go to ptimeout.m. We have already copied this chatgpt.mjs file. So now we will copy fetch/se.mjs. Okay, now go to fetch.mjs library. Don't worry, we will install the all of the package which will be which is necessary to run this code. And then create another file, ptimeout.mjs. Copy all of the code. One more thing, I think I have not step p fetch.mjs, paste it, and then create tokenizer.mjs file. then create another file, types.js. Actually, the ChatGPT code is written in TypeScript, so I use Babel and then I converted the TypeScript code into JavaScript, and then I use MJS extension uh, to convert JavaScript code to ES module, and then we will import that ES module in our uh, common JS module. First, now create type.mjs, type.js.map, sorry, type.js.map, js.map, and then after it create types.mjs, types.mjs. So go to ChatGPT, now install this library and install. First of all, check the node version 16. Okay, npm install, and then install this library. After it, go to this one and skip this. Now install this library. After it, go to p timeout, just skip here, and then install this one. Okay, we have installed all of the necessary libraries, and then we will import here at API. Go to ChatGPT repository, copy this one, ChatGPT API, create import lives ChatGPT.app. Now it will work fine. So after it, go to here, comment it out, get parent message ID. Make sure the spelling of the parent message ID will be correct, and after it comes the rest. And then return text. Remove this and go to here, and then for now just do it. We will modify our code according to our logic, like we need to pass previous context of the message also, but for now we want to check whether it is working or not. Just run the command and sorry, backend functions and so first of all kill the code. you can see there is no error in our code. So open the functions and then go to here, just remove it, and then I think I did mistake. uh, Here you can see I did mistake, replace it with prompt. Now send the message. Sorry, just cross it, cancel it. Hello, go to here. Mm, hello world. You can see our code is working, is fine, and also our logic is also working fine. So next thing, we need to pass parent message id. For this, just go to here. First of all, conversation id, previous message id. So conversation id, let message id. Try catch. And then after it, if id is present, then skip it. Otherwise, set the conversation id to default conversation. And then set message id to in first message, our conversation id and message id will be same, but in second message, if we send the second message in the same window, then our conversation id will be different than our message id. So don't confuse with conversation id and message id. Message id contains the previous message id, and conversation id contain id for our window. So just remove it, remove this one also. And then conversation id. After it, if document exists, not insert new record, we will pass our id. So just keep it and copy it, remove this one. And then if a document will not present, then it will create new one. Otherwise, if present, then it will fetch that document and update it. So next thing, we need to pass conversation id, message id, prompt, text response. Instead of it, you can set text, 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 text. Then go to here, pass parent message ID. Go to here and pass previous message ID. And don't worry, if previous message ID is not present, then it will generate new message without any previous context. So after it, I think our logic is completed. So now go to Postman and check. We need to check it. For this, first of all, copy this prompt and paste it here. Okay, you can see our conversation ID and message ID is same. Prompt is present, text is also present. So we need to copy it and then send it again. And then we need to pass previous message ID also. Previous message ID. And then pass conversation ID. Now send it. You can see our previous response is present, feline animal, and then new response to word cat description. Okay, and then you can see our message ID is different than our conversation ID. So you can pass the previous context also in your new message. So I think it is our backend logic is completed. One more thing, actually, okay, I will create new function in new video where we will fetch a history record according to the ID, because it is necessary. Or you can just create here in this video also. Just copy this one and then paste it here. If not, it could be get. Just send the response back. After it, conversation ID must be present in query. If conversation ID is not present, then send this error. Remove this one, remove it also. Just remove. I think I have also did mistake here and need to wrap in. Okay, no problem. Not, I have not done any mistake. Sorry, my bad. And instead of it, send responses data dot responses. Otherwise, send empty array. And then get conversation. I think the logic of this function is completed. For now, just go to localhost 5001 and then send get conversation ID. Conversation ID must be present. Pause conversation ID. Copy this conversation ID and then paste it here. Oh, sorry. Okay, now you can see we have retrieved our conversation. So okay, I think we have completed our backend, our API. Now in this video we will consume our API and we will show our result on the front end side. For this, go to your front end directory and install Axios. After installing it, create another directory. The name of this directory utils. Create new file api.ts or generate text. It will get the argument you need to pass is first of all previous message ID, conversation ID, and then simple prompt. Conversation ID and then prompt. After it, just import Axios. Before it, add await and then import it dot post. You can get the URL of your backend by visiting your backend directory, and then you can copy it or you can run the command again npm run serve. Here you can see the URL. Just paste it here and then actually instead of it add data and then separate the data here. Return rest data and then after it go to right sidebar and then add it here. Generate, export it. Okay, just go to backend and then install course. After it, go to generate text, add it here, press response. After it, just move this code inside the course function. And then to load all the histories, copy this one and then paste it here. Load all this. Okay. Display and then remove it. Remove this one also. Go to ChatGPT and then Okay, this one is related to course, so or we can ask it how to get on admin. Okay, now copy this one and then paste it here. Sorry, now just move at the end and then paste it here. Rename it to collection type dot history. Copy it, paste it here, and then call this commanders. Just remove it, paste it here, add weight below it, and then rename it to documents. Graph new document, add weight below, and then copy it, paste it here, come data, and then cut it, map data, and then paste it here, just return it. Message ID. Okay, remove it. Data dot responses, and then add conversation ID, data dot ID. Instead of it, just remove it. Add doc dot ID. I think doc dot ID is good, and then just remove this one, and then I think all of thing is completed. Just add course request response async response dot send web data. Actually, you can modify it further because you only need a prompt. First prompt data dot response says, and then get first one, and then after it get prompt first prompt. Just remove it. I think everything is completed. Get the URL, go to Postman, paste it here, get history. We need to check the name of the function, get history, and then paste it here, send request. Let me see, there is a problem in our API, so actually instead of for each, change with map. Now it will work fine. Send the request again. Now you can see everything is working fine. So go to your front end directory, move it to backend. One more thing, make sure that it is present inside the course. Similarly, get conversation is also present inside the course. Press response and then pass it here. Just copy it also and paste inside it. This one also, and then now everything is working fine. Just go to front end directory and then go to here, export it, get history, copy this URL, paste it here. This is a get request, just remove it, remove this one also, and then export get conversation by ID, ID string, and then copy this, paste it here, go to your backend, copy the function name, paste at the end, add question mark, pass conversation ID as a query, and then paste ID. Okay, now install pin installer router. Now create new directory, routes, index.tsx, all routes, return browser route, sorry, no, import browser router, format router dot, similarly imports routes, route browser router routes route or element main component. Export this and then conversation ID. Okay, after it, just go to your app.tsx, replace it with all routes, and then go to your localhost. Don't worry about it, just move to right side. Yeah, just remove it and add messages, set messages, use state, create new directory, globals, add types, export interface I messages list I message contain conversation, not a conversation ID. Go to your backend and see. Okay, message ID. Okay, paste it here. String go to right sidebar, by message. It will contain both iMessage and prompt, so don't worry about it. And then previous messages dot length minus this, and then otherwise pass undefined. Messages, and then pass it here. First of all, make it an async, and then previous message id, previous message. Make it an optional. Also make it an optional, and then pass the prompt. Just wrap it inside try catch. And then set message. Or just add the rest here directly. So after it, go to chat, create interface icons, messages, I message, if type of message is string, then return chat item only, okay, with message. Otherwise message dot text. Go to chat item, then set font size to large, similarly for here, and then increase to 9, and then after it just pass message here. I think this component is completed. Just go to right sidebar again and then set messages dot length is 2, then pass messages. I think now this part is completed. Just go to left sidebar and then first of all get all history. Use fallback same. History, use date, set the type, id string from string array, and then pass it here. Use date, set history. Okay, and then load it, load history. Go to here and then conversation ID. Import use param hook from rec router down. Conversation ID. Move it and set history dot map h. Set key h dot id. Let me check. Conversation ID. Set here conversation ID and then set here conversation ID and here h dot conversation ID, conversation ID. Now I think this part is completed. Just refresh it. Forms element is right sidebar. Go to main. Oh, sorry, my bad. Console network. Just refresh it. Now you can see the history. Now after selecting some part, we need to show our right side, and then for this just go to here and use param. Go to left sidebar here to set use navigate or use navigate. I think this is the correct hook name. Go to here, navigate, use navigate, and then open conversation. That's it. Don't need the sync here, just need a conversation ID. String and then navigate, pass here conversation ID, post new chat window drop. This one refresh the our page, so after clicking it our page will be refreshed. Go to here and then set on click here. Similarly for here on click, open conversation, pause here h dot conversation ID, then okay, you can see everything is working fine. So go to right sideboard, similarly import use params from background. After importing it, just add it here, use params conversation ID. Previous message ID default. Okay, after it, create new use callback hook, load conversation, if conversation ID is not present then return it, otherwise add try catch block. Just load the conversation, get conversation by ID, just pass here conversation ID, and then set messages. Go to here and then generate text, get conversation. Here just need to do something. If conversation ID is present, then prefer this conversation ID instead of doing this. Conversation ID is present and conversation ID else. First we check conversation ID is present, then we send over current conversation ID, otherwise we are present on our, otherwise we will get conversation ID from previous message ID. And then after it, just set messages, rest use effect, and then pause it here, just load it. You can see message ID from text, set messages, also messages, dot responses. Go to here, set responses, You can see it is working. Here it is working. This one is also working. Now it is working fine. Similarly, this one. New chat is also working. Just wait, and then you can see here is a problem actually. So we need to solve this problem also. Go to left sidebar, go to here and set here 100 VH overflow hidden 100%, can see 100% minus 100 pixel. Okay, now it is working fine. Overall layout is also fine. So one more thing, we need to send request. For this, just go to right sidebar and then check it. I think it will work fine. Just like, first of all, go to ChatGPT and then here cat information summary. Explain cat in 2 words. And then wait. Okay, this is working fine. Or you can use the animation just like ChatGPT. If you are familiar with ChatGPT, it will show the cursor, and then after getting the response, it shows the response just like you are typing something. Or do you can show that animation also, but I'm showing just response. So you can also extend it by go to here, by copying this prompt and then paste it here also. Just wait 4 to 5 minutes. Sorry, not 4 to 5 minutes, just wait 5 to 10 seconds, and you can see it is working fine. This chat will also add in our history. Actually there is a problem. Go to left sidebar. Sorry, I have not changed the text. h.prop. Actually it is not sorted, so you can also sort this according to the date and time. Now you can save here date and time also. Just go to generate text. After generating it, just add responses date dot. Similarly, add it here. Date now. Date. Pass it here also. And then send in response also. After I think some of the features are remaining, you can work on yourself. Like you can also sort it according to the date and time, or you can also work on this login feature. uh, and I explained all of the basic feature. So I think this series has completed. Or you can also change the color of this sidebar, but I think this tutorial is enough to give you basic understanding how you can build the basic chat gpt, or how you can build your portfolio website, so you can show your client that you are familiar with openai api consumption. Okay, goodbye.